Right, this is a new knurling tool which I've just got from Banggood. It seems to be an excellent tool, but the shank is too big to actually fit in the quick change tool post, and I didn't want to mill it down, so I've loaded it up in the rear tool post without the alignment bolt that goes in it. And when it's set up like this, it's not far off of centre height. It looks almost spot on, but it doesn't matter because the actual knurling tool swivels to suit the diameter of the work. And this is a genuine Myford ML7 rear tool post. I have made a tool post up for my part off out of a big piece of square mild steel, bright mild steel, and you may have seen that one in the past. So this is how it's loaded up, and there's obviously the gap there where the boat goes, but that doesn't matter because the shank is hardened and it just grips on either side. And I actually think that doing knurl on the actual rear tool post, using the rear tool post for knurling, is much better than actually using the quick change tool post and the actual compound slide, because the tool post on that one has a tendency to push off when it's under the pressure of knurling, whereas this one doesn't. And I found that I get a perfect knurl every time when using this one like this. The knurl tool comes with 3 sets of knurling wheels. They're about 26mm in diameter, and you have very fine, medium and coarse. And when you get the tool, it comes in this nice plastic box. There's 2 circlips which are at the bottom of the box, so when you take it apart to get the tool out, make sure you don't lose those circlips. And it's very easy to actually change those knurling wheels. And I found it's best to actually take the tool post off and lay it on its side so you can actually see the gaps in the circlip. What I do with circlips like this, I put a rare earth magnet nearby so that when it actually comes off, it doesn't flick off anywhere and lose it. And then I just use a small screwdriver to take it out like that. And then the spindle comes out from the other side, and you can change the wheel. And when I put it back on again, I use a pair of pliers with a flat end on like that, and just clip it in by pushing the edge of the circlip and the spindle at the same time, and that's locked home. And that's what the tool looks like from the side. It's got the same spindle in each part there and the same circlip. It's really well made and very robust. A really good tool, I think. So now I've set up another piece of bar, another piece of aluminium, and I only ever really use these diamond knurls on aluminium or brass or soft materials. I very rarely use them on stainless steel because I think it actually puts too much strain on these small machines. And whenever I'm knurling, I always have a running centre if possible. I always get better results on the knurl like that, plus it puts less strain on the actual spindle bearings of the lathe. And I use a bit of hydraulic oil as lubricant. And as you do more and more knurling, you'll actually get used to seeing what is a good knurl or what's not when it's actually cutting. You can actually see by the actual lines whether it's going to be a good knurl or not, or whether it's going to be one-sided. And you can see there, that's an absolute perfect knurl. And until I got this knurling tool here, I used this type here with the small wheels, and I found that I could get a good knurl now and again, but very often it would become one-sided. I actually do think the larger knurls like this knurl wheels are actually better, and this setup on the ML7 on the rear tool post is the best I've ever had on knurling. So I'm really pleased with that knurling tool, and I think it's excellent value for money. And in all those clips there, I was using auto feed on the machining. So now I've just taken that tool out the tool holder, and it hasn't even marked the shank the way I was holding it, so that's perfect. And you can see there what a lovely quality tool this is, and it's really well worth the money.